When you're looking at how our times are going now, like such things as COVID happening, there being a rise in suicide, a lot of students dealing with depression, anxiety. Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today, you guys, we're going to be getting into another viewer's question. I actually came across this question in the comments, and it actually was asked to me twice by two different subscribers. And I thought, well, you know what? For one, it was a really good question to ask. And for two, maybe you aspiring school counselors out there, or maybe you're just thinking about wanting to, be a school counselor and you're just trying to get as much information as you can. Hopefully this will be able to help you as you make your decision on what you're wanting to do, whether you want to go into school counseling or not. So I'm going to actually read the question to you right now. So it says, I am thinking of getting my master's in school counseling. Is there a demand for them since there are more teachers and counselors in the schools? I thank this person so much for this question. Once again, I thought it was a really good question to ask. So just to answer your question, do I think that there is a demand for school counseling? I do believe that there is a demand. For one, when you're looking at how our times are going now, like such things as COVID happening, there being a rise in suicide, a lot of students dealing with depression, anxiety, and maybe it is that they have been dealing with it all along, but I think even the more now, there has been more of an awareness of it and just talk being around it. I do believe that they are asking for, more school counselors that could come in and help with these students. As well as I think even a more demand of having mental health professionals a part of the educational system. I actually have a mental health professional that comes to my school. Well, not anymore because there has been a transition in jobs, but hopefully we'll get another one there. But there was one that was coming to my school 2 times a week that would meet with students. And there's only so much that I could do as a school counselor, as I have said many, many times before, you guys. And so they are really pushing to have more school counselors and mental health professionals to be a part of the educational system because they see where there's students that are truly struggling, not academically only, but mentally, emotionally, behaviorally. And talking about behaviors have definitely escalated. When you're looking at when my mom and dad was in school and I go and I tell my mom and dad about some of the behaviors that the students have now at the school that I'm at, they're like, wait a minute, we would have never heard of something like that when they were in school. And so the behaviors have definitely shifted and changed over time. And so you are needing more of those professionals that could come in and that can help with that. And when you're looking at teachers, there are like 20 kids or more in a class, give or take. And so just one person can't devote that time to one student when they have a class of 20. So with that being said, they are calling, I truly believe, for more school counselors, more mental health professionals. And I know I keep wanting to say mental health professionals, but it is so true because we can't do it alone as school counselors. Hey, you guys, so I want to share with you all that I do start getting into as far as is there a demand for school counselors job-wise when it is that you are trying to look for a school counselor job. And I know this is a little bit different than what I was talking to you guys about before, but y'all, I was rambling, but I do still think that this is good information because I talk about the difference living in a smaller city and looking for a school counselor job and living in a bigger city looking for a school counselor job. So I just want to kind of give you guys a heads up. Now, when you are looking at going into a profession as school counseling, depending on where you live. So if you live in a smaller town, there might not be as much of a demand for school counselors because Truly, when you get into this profession and you get your job, usually you will find where school counselors, once they get that job, they stay in it for years and years and years to come. However, if you live in a bigger city, then you will find where you're able to get more jobs because the options are many. So I want to kind of give you guys some ideas of what I have dealt with in terms of mental health issues with students just at the primary level. And I know that if you're working in elementary, K through 6, middle school, high school, or whatnot, then you're able to see these and probably even more than what I'm able to see. But of course, I deal with students that have behavioral issues, kicking the teachers, screaming out loud in the classroom, running around, just being very defiant, telling the teacher that they're not going to do their work, blurting out name calls, and just being very disrespectful. So we had that. And I have students, especially a student in the past, that have really dealt with suicidal ideation, would say that they want to commit suicide, how they would want to kill themselves, and what they're going to do when they get home, even being at school, trying to wrap things around their neck, to try to hurt themselves. So I have dealt with students like that as well. Even students that want to flip tables on other students and pull out scissors to cut other students, taking pencils to try to stab other students. It's just a lot of things going on. And so with that being said, when you're going into this profession, you just want to make sure that you are mentally ready to deal with the type of situations, as well as giving yourself an opportunity to have leeway in the sense of this is a forever learning profession. Yes, we go to school, we go to graduate school, they give you all of the knowledge, but at the end of the day, when you're actually in it, in your school, working with students, that's when time is going to tell of how you're going to deal with the different situations that is going to arise. However, you might be one that don't go to a school that has that much behavior or mental health issues. And that is awesome if you don't have to deal with, problems such as that. I know there's also schools around the world that has issues way worse than what I deal with. And you are still capable and equipped with everything that you need to be an awesome school counselor and to make a difference in students' lives. Okay, so I hope that this was able to help you guys to answer your question. I believe towards the end I went off on a tangent, so please forgive me for that. But I hope once again this was able to help you guys. I thank you guys so much for your time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.